am honored to present our winner award for the 2012 year. This young gentleman, he goes to Bassett High School. Tonight we have with us Jason Deskins. I'm not going to tell you all of Jason's story because I'm going to ask him to do that in a little while. But just basically about the ACE that we've done in the past. We have been presenting the ACE since the year 2000. And since that time, we have been lucky enough to have 2 recipients go on to receive the district ACE award. So we'll be submitting Jason to our district level, and we'll keep our fingers crossed for that he will win that as well. And then if he does, then he goes on to the national level. But Jason, like I said, he's a high school senior at Bassett High School. Even though he just moved here like 2.5 years ago, he has maintained his grades. He has a GPA of 3.8. He's active within the school and within his community. I think we're honored to have Jason here. He's going to tell a little bit about his story and some of the things that he's had to overcome through his young life so far and where he hopes his life takes him in the future. So please help me welcome Jason Deskins.
Everybody, I'm Jason Deskins. I'm a senior this year at Bassett High School. When I was starting the college application process this year, I was really trying to find a niche to sort of help with student loans, financial aid, and I wasn't really finding that. So I went to my guidance teacher, Ms. Capwell, and I was like, well, I don't see any awards online that really fit me. And she said, well, actually, I just got something in that sort of fits your story. And so I looked at the ACE thing, and I figured my story was a bit abstract for that, but basically this is the first part of my essay to sort of explain my story. I haven't always lived here. I just moved here from McDowell County, West Virginia. If anybody's a fan of Jake Gyllenhaal, that's the 1999 film October Sky. That's where that's set. That's our little claim to fame. Also, the last show on Spike TV, Cole. It's got this little, just a southern town, sort of secluded by the mountains. Just to give you a perspective, we just got like high-speed internet last year. Still working on cell phone service, but so when I moved here, it was a little bit of a culture shock because in Big Creek, the film and the movie, it was my entire school was 200 kids, and of course that's like half a grade at Bassett.
Yeah.
But basically, I moved here because in October of 2009, my dad passed away, and that was right after my mom passed away in 2004. And mom passed away due to lung cancer, so she was a little bit more expected. We had like a 6 to 8 month window. We were sort of prepared for everything. But with dad, he sort of got sick all at once. He had a couple of health problems. So I was sort of in limbo for a little while, trying to figure out, where I was going to go. So I was presented with the opportunity of staying there with my aunt or my brother Jesse, who moved out here. It's about 3 hours away, so I only got to see him like Christmas and Easter. He said, hey, it'd be cool to rekindle a relationship with you, have the brother kind of thing going, because there's a 17-year difference between us. So I sort of felt like an only child, but I knew I had a brother. So I had a little time window to sort of weigh my options and think about what was going on. The year the dad passed away also was the year the Big Creek shut down. And there were a couple of things happening in the county, and it just wasn't a good fit. So I made the decision, while it was the perfect time in my high school career, about halfway through, it'd be a good time to go ahead and move out here, try something new. It'd be an adventure at least. And of course I moved out here not knowing anybody, had a big adjustment phase to sort of work into, because when there's a school of 1,500 kids, it's real easy to fly below the radar. But I was gifted in McDowell County, so they put me in AP and DE sort of curriculum. So I got a little bit of a name established. It took a little while. But I think my proudest achievement is this year I've actually kept my grades up, all things considered, and I've applied to 6 universities. I didn't really know where I stood in the college process. I figured I would apply to a couple, get denied, get accepted in a few. But as it turned out, I got into all 6. So now coming up in May, I've got a big decision to make. I have no idea what I'm going to do. There's 3 parts, and one is my greatest achievement so far, and one is my most proudest moment in life. And this is just a sort of basic application essay that I sent in. So when my father passed, things changed in an instant. He got sick all of a sudden, was in surgery 2 weeks later, and was about to pull through until everything was over, just couldn't recuperate. In that moment, my life turned upside down. From now both parents were gone, my childhood home was frozen in time, and I had to come to terms with the implications of being an orphan. The custody arrangements placed me just down the street with my aunt for the remainder of sophomore year until I had to decide to stay there permanently or up and move out to Virginia with my older brother to finish out the rest of my high school career. In my mind, my life as I knew it in West Virginia was dying around me. Big Creek High was closing down. Everything that was mine and Dad's was virtually gone or now belonged out here. And life with my aunt wasn't going smoothly. So ultimately, I made the decision that since I would be changing schools either which way I choose, I barely got to see my friends or any remnants of my old life as it was. And they would be now or never to at least make an adventure out of the next 2 years and test my luck in Virginia. At the time, it was the only choice that made sense, but admittedly, I wasn't thinking about the negative aspects of moving to school in a town where I literally knew no one, and right in the middle of high school to beat it all. Starting over is always a process, but the reality that I placed in myself to force me to get a grip on turning things around, since it would now all be up to me to make that happen. My new life, or what I carved out of it, and looking back, I think I did a pretty great job, all situations considered, in overcoming the unfortunate turn of events that I was letting dictate my life, to readjust my sights and finish my race to adulthood in a way that would make both my parents proud and live up to the expectations with the potential that up until then I was letting slip through my fingers, all due to a matter of circumstance. My new life now is great. I have a million experiences I wouldn't have had otherwise in McDowell County. And I'm lucky enough to have 2 homes with 2 sets of family and friends on either side of the border, supporting whatever crazy decision I make next. I've kept my grades up, earned a ton of college credit, been accepted to 6 universities, and had one wild ride in my time in Bassett, as a Bassett Bengal. Through all of this, it's thickened my skin, prepared me for how to successfully deal with hardships in life, and made me really embrace my roots and cling to virtues instilled in me from my parents and value who I am as a person because of them. Ultimately, because of the strife and sacrifice I've endured, I'm 10 times the person I once was because of it. Okay, the thing that I'm most proud of in life are the little things. It's hard to list the ultimate accomplishment, but if I had to choose a defining moment, it'd definitely be moving from my home in West Virginia to Bassett to live with my older brother. That was a game changer. I started out here knowing absolutely no one, was practically isolated from all my friends and family, and on top of everything else, it was in the middle of my high school career. By leaving everything I knew behind after my dad died, it was I who was setting myself up to fail, because through perseverance, I've carved out a brand new life, kept my grades in stellar shape, got accepted to 6 universities, earned college credit, and have adapted to becoming a pivotal part of the 2012 graduating class of Bassett Bengals. So overall, the proudest moment in my life was facing adversity head on and staying strong to pull through it. I haven't covered my future yet. I've always wanted to be a journalist. I don't really care what field I go into, but right now I'm sort of focusing in on broadcast journalism, maybe working for like a news station in like political journalism. So that's what I've been looking for in the college process experience. So weighing all that, this is my plans for the future. My plans for the future are pretty scattered. First and foremost, I know I want to go to college and study journalism. Currently, my top choice is the King's College in New York City, which would place me in a great institution and help launch my career. The main reason I want to go into journalism is because I believe that it's the best effort I can put forth to giving something back to the world. There are many people in many different areas all across the world that need help, and while you can be a part of projects to help them locally, there's no limit to the kind of help that can be attained through a broadcast seen by millions of people everywhere. There's also plenty of issues out there waiting to be uncovered, just vying for the chance to get some coverage. The exposure I could potentially offer as a journalist could have a substantial impact on numerous people, issues, and mindsets the world over. And just a final update about college. The FAFSA letters just got mailed out. So far I've heard back from 2 of my institutions, which were Concord and the King's College. And then I've also applied to Penn State, Syracuse, WVU, and Averett, just up the road, and got accepted into all 6. But right now I stand with the King's College, which would place me living on Broadway, going to school in the Empire State at just $7,000 a year, which knocked down the $40,000 by a lot. So, and this 500 will definitely help.
Thank you. Very good. very proud of you, Jason. You know, I can tell from having a mom that I talk to and then see every day that the challenges that you've had to face losing both of your parents at such a young age, and you've rose to the occasion and you just made something wonderful out of your high school years. We're very proud of you for that. Tonight we do have a couple of things for you. We have a plaque. It says, accepting the challenge of excellence presented to Jason Deskins, March 1, 2012, Martinsville Exchange Club. So that belongs to you. We also have, I'm supposed to go that way. Pull it out of there. A certificate for you. You have truly accepted the challenge of excellence with your dedication to overcoming obstacles on the road to success. Best wishes to you and your continued endeavors, presented by the Martinsville Exchange Club. And we save the best for last. And we have a check for you for $500 to use in continuing your education. So I'll give that to you as well. Thank you so much. Congratulations.